All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming by, taking a look at what's going on in the tropics. Of course, all eyes are on Laura. This will just be a quick update on what the positioning is on Laura, what the thinking is. So let's take a look at this. As of 4 p.m., maximum sustained winds of 80 miles per hour. Movement is west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. This will continue on this track until landfall. Right now, National Hurricane Center is sticking with the landfall right on the Louisiana-Texas state line. So right there in Port Arthur, Orange area, and coming in as a major hurricane, so Category 3. Remaining a hurricane all the way up to almost Shreveport, Louisiana, then still as a tropical storm around Little Rock, and then as a depression just north and west of Memphis, Tennessee, and then back out into the Atlantic Ocean. But here's your wind field already. You can see tropical storm force winds extending out. Hurricane winds is small right now, but Laura is really getting its act together. I want to go in and show you peak surge. This is going to be a big story with Laura. Laura is going to be a massive hurricane with very strong winds, and those winds are going to carry a lot of water inland. I read the National Hurricane Center's statement at 4 o'clock, and I saw something that I hadn't seen since Rita on that. So let's look at it. So Freeport to San Luis Pass, 2 to 4 feet. Around Port Boulevard, you're looking 3 to 5 feet. Around Port Arthur into Orange, 6 to 9 feet. Right here, Southwest Louisiana, 9 to 13 feet. Intercoastal City to Morgan City, about 7 to 11 feet. And then it tapers off a little bit as you move further east towards the mouth of Mississippi, somewhere between 2 and 6 feet of storm surge. That's still a lot. But what I read brought back shades of Rita, that this 9 to 13 feet of water and 6 to 9 feet of water, the National Hurricane Center said that this storm surge can go as far as 30 miles inland. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. 30 miles inland. It's not, the last time that happened that I can remember was Ike coming in. Ike carried its storm surge about 25 miles in. So, this is a very, very dangerous situation. Storm surge 9 to 13 feet or 7 to 11 feet going, 30 miles inland. That is a dangerous situation. I hope everybody that is watching this, that is in these areas, especially from Beaumont over to, let's say, Intercoastal City, I hope you are listening and I hope you are taking heed. If you are along the coastline, this is not a storm to play with. This is not a storm to wait out. This is not that storm. Laura is not that storm. So that's what I read. Took me right back to Rita when I read that. So that's your experimental, that's your storm surge forecast. Let's look at the rainfall potential. This has changed. You notice now we have a 10 to 15 inches of rain that is now creeping on land. I think that will be a little bit more inland on later advisories, but you're looking at somewhere between 6 and 10 inches from just east of Houston all the way over to the central Louisiana coast. And notice how this is extending up. Okay, this is 1 to 5 day forecast. And also notice 6 to 10 inches. Just because you're not on the coast, this does not mean that you will not be affected. From pretty much from Texarkana to Memphis, Tennessee. They're saying that swath right in there, you could see 6 to 10 inches of rain. Just amazing what a tropical storm can do. And this is going to be a big one. I'm going to go into storm surge inundation. I just want to show you Let me zoom on here a little bit. Let's go. This is a Beaumont, Port Arthur area. Let's look at the legend. Red is greater than 9 feet above ground. Look at this. This is Port Arthur. Greater than 9 feet above ground for storm surge. Let's move up. We're right along Port Neches, all the way up into Beaumont. Used to live in Beaumont. That 9 feet can go all the way up and flood right outside. By the way, this is I-10 right here. Right here. So, a lot of areas. Go back over here. Let's see some of the possible cities here. There's Vinton. Get over here. There's Vinton. Anything south of Vinton. Let's keep going over. There's Sulphur. You'll look at Lake Charles. All along the river there. All along the river. But still, just think, in Sulphur, you're still saying 3 feet above the ground. 3 feet, ladies and gentlemen, that'll get in your house. Okay? So I just want to make sure that people are taking this very, very seriously if you're along the coast. Very seriously. I'll go back and show you one more time. Here's the thinking. Let's make this even bigger. Here's where it is, 4 p.m. today, 1 p.m. Wednesday, just south of Louisiana, and this is 1 a.m. Thursday. We'll make it even more dangerous as it's coming on land at night. You can't see what's going on. And look at this, 1 p.m. Thursday, they still have it as a hurricane around Shreveport, Louisiana. That'll blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind. I want to get out of this. I want to go into the Windy setting. Windy is an app that you can download, and I'll make sure I've got everything correct here. So I'm going to go to, this is the European model, which is, this is rainfall, okay, over the next 3 days. If I take it along the coast, 7 inches along the coast in Beaumont. I just touched that on accident. Let's see up here, 7 inches. Let's go up to, once again, this is just one model, but let's go up to where Atlanta would be, 7 inches. Let's go up to around Arkadelphia. That would be 7 inches. You see, it's just going to be a lot of rain. A lot of rain with this. Let's go to waves right here. Of course, this is wave height is right down here if you can't see it. So you're looking at, if I click on this, 24 feet. 24 feet waves. Let's see if I can go to 3 a.m. It's hard to, only thing I got down here. But waves pushing in, just off the coast, 16 feet waves. Just off the coast, 11 feet waves. So let's go to Wave Watch 3. The reason why I love Wave Watch is because it will show you inside. 11 feet inside. That's Port Arthur. Let's go in a little closer here. So this is the inlet that goes into Port Arthur. You're talking about 11 feet, 10 feet. That's Port Arthur, Groves, Nederland. You're talking about inundation in here. There's Beaumont, Vidor, Bevel Oaks, Rose Hills Acre. You're talking about inundation. You're talking about a lot of flooding coming in. A lot of flooding. Coming over here to Cameron. Look at the 13 feet waves coming into Cameron. I'm just telling you, if you're on the coast, it is now not the time to be messing around and thinking that you can ride this out. You're talking about, just think about this, especially along the coast. So along here. All right. Let's look along here. Anywhere along the coast, just remember your storm surge would be 9 to 13 feet, and then you'd have 11 feet waves on top of that. Not a time to be playing around. Not a time to be playing around whatsoever. Now let's go over to wind. I've got this on the surface. This is just when it goes in. This is the GFS when it goes in. I don't like this run of the GFS because the winds are way too low on the GFS. I'm going to switch over to the European model. I'm going to bring this back. 1 a.m. This is when the European model says that about the time that Laura would be making landfall. Wind amounts, 116 back here, 115 back here, 105, 116, and all of these winds right here will just come on in. And these are just average winds, okay? If I get up to wind gust, 118, 149. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do some damage. That's gonna do some damage, and all this is gonna move up. Look at this. Wind gust 166. These are gusts, not sustained winds, but just gust. 166, Nederland. Let's go up to Kuntz. Let me get up here. Wind gust. Turn this off. 119, 120 miles per hour. Let's look over in Bevel Oaks. 152. Let's look in Beaumont. 157. Let's look at Taylor's Landing. Shouldn't have clicked on it. Got to click beside it, Randall. 164. Down here, 163. These are wind gusts. This is what the European model is seeing on wind gust. And by the way, Houston, you're not that far out of the woods. Over here near Pasadena, still 54 miles per hour. King Woods is still going to be about 54 miles per hour. Now just think, what if Laura wobbles west? If the center of Laura was to go in here instead of going in here, that's not much of it. That's just one wobble. If that's the case, all this moves this way. Houston, you're not out of the woods yet. Springs, you're looking at 45, 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Laura is nothing to be messed with, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to make sure that you realize that. It's not just a storm that you can ride out and think you're going to be okay. By the way, I'm moved up to Thursday at 4 p.m. These are wind gusts, okay? Wind gusts. 100 miles per hour. Can you believe that? Just north of Shreveport. Atlanta, 95 miles per hour. There's some damage that can be done in East Texas if this model projects as true, and this is a European model. I really like the European model. I love the UK model. The UK model has performed the best. I can't show the UK model on here, but this is what the European model is thinking. The sustained winds, still around 40 miles per hour, but over here in Shreveport, 43 miles per hour. But if you get into wind gust, what actually can be wind gust, you can get wind gusts up to 90. Don't touch on the actual city, Randall. 100 miles per hour. So just because you're not inland doesn't mean that you won't be affected, okay? And I will go ahead and say this. People that are evacuating, you need to be wherever you're going. Wherever you're going to be, you need to be off the road if you're in Southeast Texas, Southwest Louisiana. You need to be off the road by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Off the road by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Be where you're going to be. That's how quick this is going to happen. So you need to be where you're going to be by 9 o'clock. All right, that's my quick update. I'll do another update tonight before I go to bed. I'll try to do as many updates as possible to keep you as informed as possible. Once again, Laura is not going to be any storm to be messed with. That's just the name of the game here. Not going to be a storm to be messed with whatsoever. If you're in the Beaumont, if you're in the West Houston, over to Intercoastal City area. You need to have your plans already done. For Port Arthur, I think Galveston's already said that they've put in an evacuation. I know there's some voluntary evacuations going on in Houston right now, but especially just east of Houston, all the way over to Cameron, Louisiana, maybe a little further west, a little bit further east than Cameron. You need to have your plans in place and executing them now. Okay. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep you informed. I'm going to stay up Wednesday night. I will be reporting Wednesday night with radars, with satellites, with everything. I'm going to keep you informed as we go through this. We will go through this together. We will get through this together. We just got to get this storm in here and then out of here. But make your plans. Your plans should already be in place. Do what you've got to do. Be safe. Whatever you do, be safe. Don't get paranoid about it. Don't get over anxious about it. Now's the time to have your plan developed and then executing your plan. Once again, I'll see you tonight. Give you another update on what's going on. Stay safe and